Hello, let's learn how we can integrate a product of powers of sine and cosine, like this integral, which is integral of sine to the power 5x multiplied by cosine to the power 10x dx. But first of all, let's check these two integrals here that we are going to use in this video. Integral of cosine x sine to the power n x dx is equal to sine to the power n plus 1x over n plus 1. Because if we say that sine to the power n is u to the power n, the derivative of u, which is the derivative of sine, would be cosine. So now I have the form integral of u prime multiplied by u to the power n dx, which is un plus 1 over n plus 1. And I have a video where I explain how we can use this rule to integrate, and I solve a couple of integrals in this video. You can check it if you want. Similarly, integral of sine x cosine power nx, to make it as the same form u prime un, we need a negative sign here, a minus sign here, because the derivative of cosine is minus sine. So if I multiply by minus 1 inside the integral, I have to multiply by minus 1 outside the integral, which means I will get that it's minus cosine to the power n plus 1 x over n plus 1. Now, what's important here to see is that one of the functions is of power 1. So either if it was cosine or sine here, and the other is to any other power. So our goal here to solve this integral is to reach one of these integrals. So I need sine to the power 1 or cosine to the power 1. So what we do is that we check which of the function has an odd power. Now here, the power of sine, which is 5, is odd, and the power of cosine is even. So we take sine to the power 5, sine to the power 5x, and we write it as sine to the power 4x multiplied by sine x. We do it in order to create or to find sine to the power 1, because we need it. We need to use this formula here. So we write it as sine power 4 multiplied by sine power 1, because we need sine power 1. And sine power 4, it's sine squared times sine. Now, also, we wrote it like this. We didn't keep it as sine power 4, because next to sine power 1, I need cosine to another power. And as we know that sine squared is 1 minus cosine squared, because sine squared plus cosine squared is equal to 1. So I will get that this would be equal to 1 minus cosine squared x, all to the power 2, multiplied by sine x. So we expand here. We get 1 minus 2 cosine squared plus cosine to the power 4 x factor of sine x. We expand again. We get sine x minus 2 sine x cosine squared x plus sine x cosine power 4x. So now I have sine to the power 1 and multiplied by cosine to another power. And here it's sine alone. So sine to the power 5 is equal to all of this. We put it in our integral. So instead of sine to the power 5, I will put sine x minus 2 sine x cosine squared x plus sine x cosine to the power 4x. And we have cosine to the power 10x dx. We expand we get integral of sine x cosine to the power 10x minus 2 sine x cosine to the power 12, because here we have cosine squared multiplied by cosine power 10, so it's cosine power 12, plus sine x times cosine to the power 14x dx. And now we can use the integrals that we've seen at the beginning of this video. We get that I would be minus 1 over 11 cosine power 11x. This is the integral of sine times cosine power 10. Then plus 2 over 13, because minus and minus. We get plus 2 over 13 cosine to the power 13, because 12 plus 1 is 13. And minus 1 over 15 cosine to the power 15x plus a constant c. Now, same idea, we can use it if we have an even power of sine, but an odd power for cosine. So, but we use it here on cosine. So we keep the one with the even power, and we work with the one with an odd power. So cosine cube, I'm going to write it as cosine squared times cosine. And cosine squared, I'm going to replace it by 1 minus sine squared. So I will get sine power 4, factor of 1 minus sine squared, factor of cosine. I will expand all of these, and I will get cosine x times 1 times sine power 4. So cosine x sine power 4 minus cosine x times sine squared times sine power 4. So minus cosine x times sine to the power 6. Now I have cosine to the power 1 in these two integrals if I split it. So I integrate, first of all, cosine x sine power 4. I will get 1 over 5 sine to the power 5, and then minus 1 over 7 sine to the power 7 plus a constant c. In other videos, I explain how we integrate the product of sine and cosine if both powers are odd and if both powers were even. Thank you for watching.